I pledge to stay drug-free.
I plan to stay drug-free.
I pledge to stay drug-free.
I pledge to be drug-free.
I pledge to stay drug-free.
And welcome to Expose Under the Sun, sponsored by the Detroit Native Sun newspaper. I am your host, Darwin Griffin, and stay tuned for a interesting half an hour that we're going to talk about relationships. I know everybody has a question that they would like to know when it comes down to relationships, either their relationship with each other, relationship with family, relationship when it comes down to a loved one, and also their relationships with God. So, there's a lot of different things when you talk about the word relationship that people can talk about. Again, we are live, and we're live from the studios of WHPR under the auspices and the watchful ownership of R.J. Watkins and Mr. Henry Tyler. And just want to thank Tim Smith, our engineer today. I know I usually don't get a chance to go and thank our engineer extraordinaire, but I do want to let everybody know that we appreciate the family camaraderie that we have over here at WHPR TV 33. Again, if you'd like to call in and join in on our conversation, the call-in numbers are area code 313-868-0342, 313-868-0351, or 313-868-4336. And our website is www.tv33whpr.com. And again, you are watching us live in the awesome city of Highland Park, Michigan, where the Honorable Hubert Yap was reelected as the mayor of this awesome city. So just want to send out some congratulations to some of the persons that won in the election last Tuesday. I know we made the announcement on the show to make certain to tell people, get out and vote, and take your souls and take other souls to the polls to vote. So just want to congratulate the winners that had won, and just wanted to do a little shout out to Monique Owens, the first African American elected as the mayor of East Point. So that was something that was a monumental achievement. And I know that she's going to do an excellent job in the city of East Point. And then also want to extend a congratulatory word to Patrick Wembley, who won the mayoral seat out in the great city of Inkster, Michigan. So I just want to congratulate Mayor Wembley. And lastly, I want to congratulate the new mayor of Flint, Michigan. And his name is going to, I'm going to beat myself up because his name is going to escape me right now. But his name is Sheldon Neely. I had to use that mental Rolodex to get a chance to go and, figure out, remember his name. But he's a state rep there in the city of Flint, and just wanted to congratulate him for winning the election up in Flint, Michigan. So again, to all those that won, congratulations. To those that may not have won, I know that that's probably something that you will probably wind up, still serving the communities that you ran for different offices in. But I know that you are not. You may have suffered a defeat, but as I tell people, that the defeat today is usually a stepping stone to tomorrow's victory. So I guess with all those individuals that ran, stay tuned. There'll be another day that they can go and they can get the voters in that district to see what they would like to do to make certain that that city continues to thrive and continues to grow. So again, today we're going to talk a little bit about just wanted to say too, just make certain, all those of you that are driving in the snow, I know it kind of hit us by surprise, stay warm. I recommend to people, if you're going to be out there driving, I saw some accidents when I was driving to the station today. So you want to make certain that you drive defensively and keep, some things in your car to make certain if you do, have to get, let's say you get stranded out there on the road, have you a first aid kit, have you some emergency, items in your vehicle to make certain that if you do get snowed in or you do get, you spin off the road, or even if you're in traffic and there's an accident in front of you, just to make certain that you can have the necessary items. Keep at least a good half a tank of gas in your car. So just in case, if you do get on the expressway or get on the highway and the traffic is backed up, you don't want to run out of gas. And then the other thing too is have some little snacks in the car too, just in case if you got young ones in there and you need to keep them, hydrated or to keep them fed. So, just to have some little things in there for just in case. And then lastly, one other little tip is to keep some kitty litter in your vehicle, because you never know when you may slide off the road or get stuck, and that kitty litter provides some extra needed traction for your tires. So like I said, there's other tips, but definitely make certain, stay safe, be careful, and the important part is to make sure that you can go and you can get to your destination safely and arrive back home safely as well too. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about relationships. My guest today, she's been a guest on the show before. Her name is Mika Tucker, and she's going to talk a little bit about relationships. She's a relationship coach. She's also a neurolinguistics life and relationships coach. So, Ms. Tucker, I appreciate you coming on the show today.
Thank you.
Okay, let's kind of get to the subject at hand. Basically, first, tell what a relationship coach does.
A relationship coach specializes in building the connection between a partnership.
Okay.
Yeah. I help teach my clients how to communicate, how to understand what each other needs are. There is a special type of communication, a relationship that sometimes is beyond verbal.
Okay.
And you need to be able to understand each other. There are couples who have intimacy issues. Intimacy is not just sexual relations. Intimacy is being open to one another, being able to feel comfortable with exposing your heart and how you are as a person individually inside your emotions. That's intimacy. I teach couples how to relate to each other that way.
Okay. Now, just a couple of questions first. What makes a person want to seek companionship aside from the person that they are either married to or they are involved with in a relationship?
Cheating. Sometimes when people meet that special person, everything is great for the first few months, so maybe even first few years. But through expectations, we can't always live up to someone's expectations. So it kind of falls short. Sometimes we grow up having this special person, this dream, this fantasy relationship that we're searching for.
Okay.
And what makes people cheat is they are unsatisfied with the reality of what they have, and they're constantly looking for that fairy tale, that the special person out there. So they keep searching and they keep looking for that one unique princess or king or prince or however you want to call it, that really in most cases don't exist. So they go out and they go from partner to partner to partner to partner, still holding on to the relationship or the emotions with the main one. They don't want to let that one go because they have feelings there, but it's not quite what they want. So
Okay.
they constantly are searching.
So primarily the thing is that when you have someone that may then want to see if the grass is a little greener on the other side. So that, to sum it up,
Yes.
is how some people do it. Now, nowadays, it seems like with a lot of men and women that are, let's say, unhappy in their relationship, they shouldn't look to try and seek companionship elsewhere, but they should have conversation with their mate to discuss what it is that they may be dissatisfied with or unhappy with, as opposed to looking someplace else. But is that what you as a relationship coach would do, to kind of be the conduit to kind of help them to say, hey, look, before you go off and cheat or do something with someone else, let's talk about it. Let's bring the two parties together to just talk about what's going on, to see if the relationship can be salvaged, or see if there's some things that can be said that could help to keep the relationship stable.
Right. A lot of times it's insecurities. It's insecurity based. I have talked to some couples that feel in the intimacy area that their partner can't or won't fulfill their needs.
Hmm.
So they go elsewhere to get those special needs filled. But they haven't spoken to their partner to even find out if their partner would be open to those needs.
So now, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So a lot of times the communication has it's huge blocks because one person is afraid to open up, to completely be truthful and say, well, this is what I need to be happy, and are you open to this? Are you interested in this? A lot of times people get into relationships and they don't really know their partner. This is where it's really important that friendship should be first before a sexual relationship. That way, with friendship, you get a chance to talk. You get a chance to understand each other's personality and maybe even sexual desires, needs, fantasies, wants. You get to discuss these things instead of just jumping in the bed and you go, oh, wow, this person is like this, or this person won't do this, or this person won't do that. So now I have to go out and find someone who will satisfy my needs.
Hmm.
So that's where a lot of the infidelity starts in relationships, of being unsatisfied.
So nowadays, in terms of, say, with a lot of people, then what is a narcissist? I mean, I hear that term mentioned a lot. What is it? What constitutes a person to be a narcissist?
A true narcissist is someone who has no emotion, who is focused only on themselves, an inflated ego. A narcissist, a true narcissist, can kill and have no emotion. A lot of people say, oh, my husband's a narcissist, my boyfriend's a narcissist. It's not that there are a narcissist. They have narcissist tendencies.
Narcissistic tendencies. Okay.
There's a difference. In mental health, it's a syndrome, but it's unknown how or why people develop it. It could be genes, but also it's said that a narcissist is actually an environmental development. A lot of the times, it's mostly men who are narcissists. You don't find very many female narcissists, but a lot of the times, men, they have a pride and ego thing. They are pressured by their peers, other males, of what a man is supposed to do, what he's not supposed to do. If a man has too much emotion, he's weak. If he shows his love for a woman, oh, he's, I'm trying to find a good word for it, but he's soft. You know, you're supposed to be strong, you're supposed to be hard, and, you know, have your women begging, calling you, pleading for you. You don't do that. You know, that is something that is environmental. You know, guys want to look big and strong and like player, you know, the player mentality to their boys, to their guys. And this can cause a lot of narcissistic tendencies in relationships toward the female, toward the mate, the wife, the partner, the girlfriend, because he seems to be uncaring of her feelings, unemotional about her desires, her wants, her needs. Another thing is that men are called narcissists because they don't allow the manipulation of feelings or emotions from a woman to control their behavior. So they're automatically called a narcissist because a lot of women in relationships, if it's not going right, they'll cry. They'll cry and throw temper tantrums and, why are you doing this to me and this and that. The guy, if he turns and say, you know, cry if you want to, I don't care, I'm still doing what I want to do, and walk out, he's a narcissist. That's really not a narcissist. That's someone refusing not to be controlled. It's a difference.
Now, you have some people that, like when you say about the control, there's a lot of people that tend to go and want to control their partner in a relationship. Why is that?
A lot of it's fear of rejection, abandonment issues, insecurities. A lot of people, I won't say men or women in general, just people in relationships, because it goes both ways, have fear. They have a lot of fear of being left, a fear of being cheated on, a fear of being lied to. So the only way to overcome that fear is to control the situation. In a previous relationship, one person could have been cheated on, you know, and every time the guy or the woman would go out with their girlfriends, it wasn't always with the girlfriends, it was with another partner. So now, in a new relationship, this partner is carrying baggage into the new relationship to dictate, oh, you can't go out with your friends. You have to stay with me. You have to do this way and this that way because it bothers me. It upsets me. That's control. A person should be able in a relationship to go where they choose to go with respect in the relationship. It should not be a dictation of, oh, you have to be back. You can't, at a certain time, you can't go out with this person or that person. I need to go with you. Everywhere you go, I go. That's control.
So now, when you see a lot of people that tend to that are in a relationship, how open should both parties in the relationship be? I mean, should you tell everything that's happened to you in the past? Should you tell things that are going on with you, in the present? I mean, how transparent should two people be in a relationship?
Communication is the foundation of a relationship. You have to be open. The last thing you want is for someone else to tell you what your partner did or where your partner was.
Okay.
You don't want that. As far as past relationships,
Because the reason I say that, not to cut you off, the reason I say that is because some people bring a lot of baggage into a relationship.
Right.
Some people bring baggage where they may have been hurt tremendously from somebody in the past.
Right.
So what they may do is harbor some things from a previous relationship into the present relationship, where they may, let's say, for example, there's something that they think that men may be, let's say if there was a jealousy tendency that a person had, being very jealous about a person that they were involved with before. Now here, the new person that they're involved with, let's say they do something that triggers that jealousy that they had from the past. Should they then go into detail and talk about that before they get into the relationship with someone, or should they, just have that kind of relationship, to where there's open communication, as you're saying?
When a person has been traumatized in a previous relationship, it really should be talked about. Both partners should know where the other is coming from. That helps to build an understanding of that person's fears or weaknesses. You don't want to constantly discuss your ex, but there are times when, like you said, triggers can happen that will affect your current relationship. And these things need to be known. I mean, you don't want to be in a new relationship and say something that sets your partner, your new partner, off.
Right.
And you have no idea what you've done. This needs to be spoken about. It needs to be understood. So now we have established boundaries within a relationship. A lot of the time, relationships, when they're first starting or even toward the middle, don't have boundaries. And a lot of the times, those boundaries are broken. Personal boundaries are violated. A lot of this is picking up someone's cell phone and going through the cell phone and reading messages. That's a boundary that's violated.
So is that something that should be? Because, I know people, like you said, the cell phone is one boundary that somebody may have. Don't want to give somebody a password to be able to look into their Facebook account or into their messages or things like that. The other boundary could be like looking through somebody's pockets.
Right.
That I've heard before, where somebody can go and take a person's pants and
go through the pockets,
or tip the pants upside down so that the contents of the pants will fall out onto the floor or onto the bed, and then they look to see pieces of paper that may have phone numbers on it, or they may look to see a business card or something else that may fall out of the pocket. So are those things that people should share with someone else that, hey, there's no boundaries that we have, or should people have boundaries in a relationship?
It depends on what type of relationship you have. If you have an open relationship, the boundaries can, that's difficult with an open relationship because everything is out there. You know your partner's dating other people, so what are you looking for? What's the reason for the search? Unless you want to know who the person is, what the person's name is, where they live at, and all that kind of stuff. It's different. But in a one-on-one relationship, there really shouldn't be personal secrets because that causes a problem. I have quite a few clients that bicker and fight over phone calls from other males or other females in a relationship. Some people believe that it's okay to have other female friends call them during a relationship.
Yeah, because that's one of the things that I find that a lot of times it can be something that can get people, in trouble, especially when you have people that have brought a lot of friendships from their past. Women that have a lot of male friends, males that have a lot of female friends. So there's a lot of things that can happen, from that could be problematic depending on if they understand how secure that person is. But we're running out of time. This happens every time when we get into a conversation talking about relationships. I know there's a lot of other questions that probably could come up. But if somebody is interested in wanting to contact you as a relationship coach, how would they make contact with you?
I have an email, which is NLP, Mika Tucker at Yahoo. You can contact me for a consultation.
Okay.
My business name is Walking the Path to Your Success. And the phone number is 313-312-2747.
Okay.
I'm also on Facebook. I do daily inspirational messages. I also do a message chat called Mika Speaks.
Okay.
And what this is it's a free coaching daily message, inspirational message, a little hints and tips and help people get through their relationships or their day, finances, and all kind of stuff.
Okay. All right. Well, then I do want to thank you for coming on the show today. This has been a very informative half an hour conversation. Never enough time to go into that. But thank you to Sharon Dumas. Thank you to Valerie Lockhart. And Valerie Lockhart can be contacted at 313-457-5944 if you would like to advertise in the Detroit Native Sun newspaper, which can now be picked up at the local Kroger supermarket stores. Again, I do want to thank everyone for tuning in today. I hope you learned something, and if you would like to go and contact Ms. Tucker, she gave you her phone number and her contact information. Again, be safe. Be at peace, stay warm, and check on somebody else to make sure that they are the same way. Again, we'll see you again, same time, same station next week. Peace.